What's up guys, and welcome back to the episode of Coding with Kabir. So guys, in this video, as you already know, we are going to be getting started with JSP, and JSP stands for Java Server Pages. So let's start. So here, JSP. Hello JSP. So JSP, as I already told you guys, stands for Java Server Pages, and with the help of JSP, you can create web pages with JSP and Tomcat. So some of you might have Tomcat if you have worked on JSP before. Some of you might not have Tomcat. So the people who don't have Tomcat can listen to this part, and you don't, you can just forward. You can just skip the video a little bit, and the timeline's right up here, like till when do you have to skip. And now let's go to Google Chrome since we want to install Tomcat. So Tomcat, like, this is for Windows. So you guys just have to go to here and say tomcatapache.org, and here you guys have to select Tomcat 9, and here go to core, and you can install your Windows bit. And for some of you who are using a Mac like me, don't because that's only for Windows. How can you install Tomcat on Mac? In this video, I'm gonna tell you that way as well. So first, we have to go to Google Chrome. First, we have to install sudo in your Mac, because sudo is, I mean, not sudo. Brew. Brew is actually known as the missing package for Mac. So here, we just have to say brew install, and we click enter, and then go on the first link. We click on that, just click on copy right here, go to your terminal, paste this command, press enter, and since I already have brew, I'm not going to install it again. And after you have brew, you guys can just say brew install Tomcat, and then click on enter. Now it's going to take a bit of time, and since I already have Tomcat, I'm going to close this. By the way, this is the screen like of running brew update or update. After you have that, you can like easily install Tomcat, and it's gonna be visible in one of your files in your Finder. Okay, so now we have to install Eclipse. Now you guys might be wondering, we used to work on IntelliJ, now Eclipse. So I'm just gonna quit this Eclipse right here, and we have to go to Google Chrome right now. We have to create a new tab, and we have to say Eclipse. And then here I'm just gonna delete the org packages, and let's click on enter, and then scroll down and say Eclipse downloads pipe, the Eclipse Foundations link. And here you guys will see this screen called Get Eclipse IDE 22 -12. So we don't have to install that. We have to click on download packages. So for some of you, it might be visible like the package as Eclipse IDE for Java developers, and for some of you might be Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. So there's actually no difference. You can install either. If you have for Java EE developers, you guys can install that one, and if you have Java developers, you can install that one. Okay, so now once you have everything installed, we have to go to Eclipse. So I'm gonna press F4 on my Mac, and I'm gonna say Eclipse 2 because I have two Eclipse. Now let's wait for it to load, and then you can just add the Tomcat to Eclipse. So you can go to a project, and then we can say run configurations, and that we can add Tomcat, and then it's just gonna add to all of your projects. And here we're gonna say dynamic web project, not any other project. So it's taking a bit time to load. Okay, so we are here on the page. So this is my projects list. You guys might see a welcome page. That welcome page, you just have to click a radio button, and it's gonna be saying show the welcome page on startup, and you guys just have to untick that one. And now here, for example, I want to create a new dynamic web project. So I'm gonna click on new, and I'm gonna say new dynamic web project. And here, let's give the project name as Hello World, because we're going to be printing Hello World in this tutorial. And now here in the target runtime, you guys can just say new runtime, go to apache.com and click Apache 9 because I'm using Apache 9, and it's gonna be really easier to be on the same path. So now here, let's click on next, and let's click on next again. So now here, let's make these things a bit easier. Here in the content directory, let's just say web content. So otherwise, it's gonna be like when you want to create a new HTML file, JSP file, you guys have to go to source, then main, then web app, then you can create it. But with web content or like any other name, it's just gonna be really simple. So here we need to say web content and click on enter because that was the last page. Now here, then in the project explorer, oh my bad, we'll get it as highlighted. So then we just have to click on the arrow, go to web content, and things are easier. So now let me just close this file first. And now here, let's right click, say new, and let's say JSP file since we're starting JSP. Here, let's name this as Hello World. And then we don't need to click on next, because if we click on next, we really don't need to change any settings. And let's go back and click on enter, because enter finishes the code running. So now, you guys might be wondering, like, this is a bit similar to HTML in my HTML video. So yeah, you guys are right. But here we just have line number 1 and 2, which wasn't in HTML. And here in the titles place, let's insert a new title, and let's say as hello, world. So a title for a website is basically like this one. For example, I have the homebrew, the missing packager for Mac OS, and like here the new tab. That's the title for a new tab. A new tab is the title for a new tab. So now here in our web application, it's gonna be Hello World. So now here, let's say let's use some fonts, and for example, I have some really cool thing related to fonts. So in the PPTs, I have some fonts for JSP. For example, the H1 tag. It helps us to make big bold letters, and you can write the tag as H1, and inside right here, let me show you right here, you can write any text you want, and it goes on until H6, which is the smallest font amongst all of them. So here, until H6, you just write it this way, except you just do 6 instead of H1. So as like you go H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and now as you guys know, how can we print H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 till H6? A cool thing about JSP is if you want to print something, you don't need any like system.out.println or like out.println. You guys can just say the text you want to print, like hello world. Because this is what we are printing in our first application of JSP. And then a cool thing is, like, if you want to make it a big font, you guys can say H1, and then you can just say your text. But a difference, let me tell you a difference which I faced in HTML and IntelliJ IDEA is that in IntelliJ IDEA you guys can get like suggestions for autocorrect. For example, if our code is going to be system.out.println, we can just write to capital S, and then it's going to give us suggestions till the semicolon. And then here you have to type every code by yourself, which is really good because it's going to be more typing practice, and that's good. So now how to run this program. There are two ways. First, you double click on your server Tomcat and click on Start since it is stopped in the first place. Now we have to click on Save here since we're saving all the coding that we did, so the Tomcat can take all of the coding and like do a final that it's running. So now we can wait for it to run, like wait for it to start. So it has started right now. And then we can click on this project and click run on server 1. Now here we have to select the project and click on enter, and then the magic trick appears. It's gonna open a new tab in your browser, and then it has a title as hello world, and it's printing hello world again and again. And now you can do this all the way till H6. Now let me give you an example how does H6 look like. So H6 is H6 like that. Click on enter and let's print hello world LD, and let's say here, let's press Command S or Control S on Windows, go here, reload this page, and as you guys can see, H6 is smaller than the normal command of text. And yeah, so that was it for today's video, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, because on this channel there's a lot of things to learn. And yeah, if you have any questions related to coding, you guys can email me at my email, which is pasinkabir@gmail.com, and you can see it right up here. And okay, great. So yeah, until next time, it's me, your friend Kabir, logging off.